Degrees and Chuck T's, bitch.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Degrees and Chuck T's. I'm your girl, CJ Ray.
I'm KB. Hey, y'all.
And welcome to episode number 5.
Yeah.
Today will be a different show. We are in mourning along with the rest of not just the country, but the world.
Yeah.
As we mourn the untimely, unfortunate, and unconscionable death of NBA legend Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm gonna start already. God, my heart's beating so fast.
We can't.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that this was coming. We had a whole week to prepare. And, and I, just so fast, my heart is beating. But we're still gonna try to maintain a little bit of the show's integrity. We will discuss This Week in Black, and then we are just gonna talk Kobe for the rest of the show. We'll discuss where we were when we heard the news. We'll discuss what we think, how this affected the world. We'll discuss just our feelings, and we'll just kind of work through this and let this be therapeutic. We'll talk, some of our Kobe memories. I am a diehard Laker fan. I'm a diehard Kobe fan. So, oh my God. So this is just going to be one of those shows. It's probably, you guys are used to us laughing and joking and everything. So this is not going to be one of those shows, but it's going to be real. So in that sense, it will be Degrees and Chuck T's.
Yeah.
And we have our little brother. Do you mind us calling you our little brother?
No, that's what I call y'all. Y'all my big sisters. Yeah, for sure.
Right. So we have our little brother back in studio with us. John.
I asked to be here. I needed this therapeutic session right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So he's our family. So, excuse me, he's our family. So he wanted to be here, and he's here. Let me just ask you guys just really quick, how you guys doing?
I'm good. I go first. I'm good. I'm as good as I can be. Just in light of how I'm feeling emotionally. I just kind of tried to live this week out and just move through it and try to just be on like autopilot almost, but at the same time, it's everywhere.
Right.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. And for good reason, you know what I'm saying? And I love seeing it everywhere on people building, there's billboards. And this is just over here in Atlanta, so I could only imagine like.
Oh, there's a billboard here?
There's 2 of them I've seen so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been in a bubble, so I have no idea.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been good this week, as good as I can be, like I said. It's just, it's tough. It's tough. But my week was fine. No stumbles. Weather was a little up and down.
Right.
But other than that, I just been.
You're here.
Yeah.
But you're here to talk through it.
Yeah, I have to. I have to. Because I mean, I've never felt something like this before.
Right.
And I've lost family. Like,
right.
I've lost celebrities that I were fans of.
Right.
This is, and I'll explain it, when we get all into it, because I've been trying to put my words together to formulate it. But no, this is
different. This is different.
I've never felt like this before.
Hold on to that. Okay, KB, how are you feeling?
It depends on when you're asking me. Right now, I'm okay.
How are you feeling right now?
At this particular moment, I'm okay.
And the conversation will get to the feelings, how you were feeling. But how are you feeling right now?
Right now, I'm okay. Earlier this morning and earlier today, I was not okay. Just from prepping the show, I've tried to stay away from it as much as I could. This is what I do. This is how I deal with things. And I know it's not heavy, but I shut down.
Yeah, you do.
So I was really a lot quiet. And so today I'm okay. I had a good little moment earlier today.
Right.
That was a very long moment. But in this particular moment right now, as we're sitting here talking, I'm okay.
You're okay. Yeah, you're here.
For now.
For now. So we'll get into everything a little bit later, and we know that this is gonna get pretty heavy, but it's the Grays and Chuck T's. We don't back away from anything.
Right.
And I just want to say, you guys, like, give yourself permission to be in your feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is absolutely, like, it is so tough, and and everybody's so confused.
Yeah.
It's the good word is confused. Like, my brain is having a hard time understanding this.
Yeah.
So give yourself the space and give yourself permission to feel whatever it is that you're feeling.
Yeah. Right.
It is okay to feel that. You know what I'm saying? This is a safe space. You're amongst your family. So y'all know I feel however I feel. So I just want to put that on the table. You know, so we are going to just try to stick to a portion of the show. So we want to move into This Week in Black. So KB, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, so we're going to start off with January 29th, 1820. Arminta Harriet Ross was born, who would be later known as Harriet Tubman. She was born into slavery, and then she actually made 13 missions to rescue approximately 70 slaves using the Underground Railroad. And one of the famous quotes that she's been quoted to say was she could have freed more slaves had they known that they were slaves.
Right.
So that was Harriet Tubman. And then we also have February 1st, 2004. We have Justin and Janet with the Super Bowl fiasco, a.k.a. Nipplegate. That was Super Bowl.
I forgot they called it that.
Yeah. That was Super Bowl 38, I think it was, which had 143 million viewers at the time. And it all stems from a verse in the song that says, "I'm going to have you naked by the end of the song." And then the nipple came out.
So Justin was standing behind her, and by the end of this song, and a portion of her, it was like a bustier or something, or
some type of lingerie,
some type of
something, yeah.
And it detached, and her whole boob came out, plopped out. It plopped out. It was a plop. And it had
that's so visual.
It was a visual. So that's why I said plop. You have to understand it plopped out. It made its debut on national TV.
Right.
And so was it pierced? Was the thing like a pierced pasty? What was it?
I thought it was
I
like
don't remember.
It was an X, right? It was like an X.
Or a star. It was an X or a star.
It might have been a star.
It was an X or a star. But you know, Janet's, freaky. She be all shy and quiet, but she's
you listen to her song. She'll tell you.
The songs is definitely
doing all kinds of stuff.
Just listen. Yeah, you can hear it.
Super, the Red Velvet Rope.
Yeah.
Holy God.
Yeah.
You know, that tour was rated NC-17.
I'm
she
sure.
didn't even get it rated. That was, she was making.
Sure.
Anyways.
But
whatever it was pierced. I remember it. I think that's what made it even worse.
I think I remember hearing it being pierced.
But there was something over it, though, right?
It was over the whole nipple, but I think
it was a pasty over it.
But I think you can see whatever it was.
Yeah, you can always see
a piercing.
Yeah.
I think that's what made people even more is that you can tell that it was a piercing.
Right.
But she was thrown under the bus. Like, Justin got to get out of free jail card.
Yeah.
His white male privilege allowed him to.
Right.
Even though he tap danced on the black side,
Oh, yeah. I mean... Yeah,
Blue Eyed Soul.
He got the soul. Yeah. He
but he haired up was like, I'm white. I am a white
I'm going
man.
back on this side now.
Right. I am a white man. Give me my privilege.
I don't blame him.
And
if I had privilege, I'd go back and forth too.
I mean, but come on. You're not going to be over here doing our music, dancing like us, wearing cornrows. You remember Justin Timberlake wearing cornrows?
I hated that.
I hated that.
I remember that. But I mean, he only went this way so far because we took him in. Like, we pulled him in because he started with NSYNC. I mean, if you think about it, like, that was a white group. And then when he started feeling all of the black love, he was like, all right, I'll come with y'all.
But Timbaland is what got him.
True.
But he sang black. He did his runs. You know what I'm saying? We were like, oh, look at that white boy. And then that's the way he got the cosign.
Mm-hmm.
Then he
took that and ran with it.
He took
Right.
it and ran with it. He took it and ran with it. And then remember just recently he tried to be white and everybody was like, no. He
That's
tried
not
to
gonna work.
do a country album and it
They're
went
not going for
Nickelback.
it. No, they're not going for
Nobody bought it.
That's not gonna work.
I don't even think his mom bought
that.
shit.
That was a bad stunt move right there. Whoever
It
told him
was
to do that,
horrible.
that was bad. 'Cause
That was bad.
Once them real whites see you do this and step over the
You're
outside,
not
they
coming-
don't want you
They
no
don't
more.
want
Right.
you.
And we ain't about to listen to nothing country. It don't matter who you are. Wayne dropped a rock album and most of us didn't listen to it.
This is true.
So it's like, and we love
got
Wayne.
Yeah.
But when he dropped that rock album, we was like, all right, dog, we don't like you that much.
Yeah, I don't want this.
I listened to it though. I was a Wayne head. I gave it a try.
I'm sure you did.
I'm sure you
It's
tried.
Try.
I'm
Try.
sure you tried. But no, even How to Love, Wayne's How to Love. Even the way he held the guitar, like he was. Wayne held the guitar like this. It was like it was nasty. This is how Wayne played the guitar. I was like, what is wrong with this? Is it sick?
Hey, I mean, that's how he learned. I
That's
guess.
how he literally learned. Like the guitar was nasty, but I don't know. But yeah, we're not doing it. So
No.
that was what February 1.
How many years ago now?
2004.
So what? Okay,
16 years ago.
damn.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But remember, he just performed, 2 years ago? When they had it in Minneapolis.
Oh, is he the first person to repeat?
No, Beyonce's been on there for
several times. How many
Okay.
times did Michael perform? Does anybody know?
I have no idea.
But Beyonce's done. Bruno Mars almost
Yeah.
did like a back-to-back. Matter of fact, he did do a back-to-back.
Bruno did? I don't know.
I think Bruno did a back. Him and Beyonce almost did a back-to-back.
It was like a year or two in between.
Yeah, I think it was almost like, is there not
I
anybody
wonder
left?
who has gone the most. That'd be it's probably Beyonce though, from what it
It
sounds
could have.
like.
It
Maybe.
may be. She, or like a weird rock band like U2 or Aerosmith. I bet you it was
Green
somebody.
Day or
Yeah,
something.
something weird.
Yeah.
I bet you it was somebody totally weird. But for a while, the halftime was horrible because they took out. You know, we like to see like our people,
Right.
but it was like. It was Elton John and
Well, because
Nickelback. It
those
was
are the
all
people
these
in the
safe.
stands though.
They couldn't take a chance on anybody of the culture after that for a long time. Like
feel you.
Janet and Justin, not just Janet, but it was so dry and pasty. It was dry for a long time. I think Prince performed, but remember him behind the curtain and he was like humping his guitar. And yeah, I think even after that they were like, it's,
All right, we tried.
that's enough.
They was like, yeah,
They
that's
y'all
what
second
happened.
chance.
But we tried. Y'all still messing it up. So that's exactly what happened.
And we show our ass when we show
We show our ass.
any chance we get.
Yeah, that's what Prince
Facts.
did. Prince had like a curtain come down. It was like purple rain, and he was like humping.
Yeah, that sounds like my boy.
I was like, that's kind of normal, though, right?
Yeah, then they were like,
that's a normal.
that's it.
That's a
Lights
normal
out.
What do
thing.
you expect?
Yeah.
You want us to coon it up, just straighten up, just sir? Yes.
No, and that's what they got. They had the Katy Perry,
Yeah.
Bono, and everybody.
Yeah.
Nickelback. I don't know why I said Nickelback.
I
But
think
yeah,
you like the name.
it is a name. It's just safe. Nickelback.
Nickelback.
You can't get any more generic.
Where is Justin right now, though? Has he been making music?
I know he's been acting because there was a scandal recently with him and one of his co-stars
Really?
on some movie that he's doing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's not a bad actor. He's not great.
He's
You're gonna say horrible?
not
Hold on,
good.
let me think about it.
I don't even remember
I don't
watching
remember
anything that he's been
and
in.
It is just
so
very
I can't.
bubblegum-ish.
I've seen. I can't remember. Oh shit. I'm touching it too much. But I can't really. I don't know what movies I've seen him in, but I've seen him in movies.
You've seen him and then it wasn't good. That's
I
what you
can't
don't
even remember seeing him in anything.
He was in a movie with Nick Cannon, wasn't he?
Oh God, that's a double.
Like Undercover Classman. I might just be confusing him with another white boy.
I haven't seen
think you are.
that either.
You never seen Undercover?
Winning.
No.
I might
I
just
think
not-
I've seen 2 Nick Cannon movies.
Y'all don't like Nick Cannon as an actor neither. Drumline, he wasn't good in
Drumline
Drumline.
was good.
Okay,
It was good.
that's it. That's all. That's all we got.
Solid.
Love Don't Cost a Thing.
That used to be my favorite movie.
That was just horrible. I hated
You
it.
thought it was horrible?
It was horrible.
I
hated it.
Laugh
Christina Milian
every
wasn't that, but it's
time.
like the role that she was playing, she could go in and out of being good in the role.
I just thought it was.
But when it got time to
it
be
was so
serious and
cheesy.
really, you know what I'm saying, give us something, it was real bland.
It was
But
so-
that used to
I
be
wrote
my-
those words.
Yeah, it was bad. That
Okay.
right there, that scene. Exactly.
Okay.
super
I love
cheesy.
that movie though. What when they all
I
doing the
laugh.
dance on the beach?
Y'all talked about this.
You know what?
Y'all did that. I don't even know how y'all.
Come on.
Y'all know. I don't even know how y'all know this shit.
Nah, that shit funny. That shit
I have
funny.
no idea how y'all. Even
I'll still
know
bust
this.
that out in the middle of somewhere. I just start busting it out. Somebody gonna know.
Somebody gonna know, right?
Somebody gonna know.
I can't.
I only did
I'm
it that one
so
time because of
happy.
him. And
Yo, you
I felt
bust out-
safe.
you-
See, she was one. See,
At our other station, you did the whole thing.
she got up and
Yes.
everything. I would have got up with her. I was just behind
You
the
were
board.
Behind the boards.
Yeah, I don't
Oh my god.
I like Nick Cannon, man. He's cool.
I know,
I
I
like him,
I
too.
like him. He's a mogul. Like,
And I
Yeah.
love that show he came up with. That was the best business decision he's ever done.
Hell yeah. Who would
Wild
have
Out.
ever thought that would be
why
still
not?
going on and
It's
like
still here. Yeah.
'Cause
Who would have ever
but then
thought that?
I mean, the marketing on it is just so spectacular, though, because they pull from the comedians that are going social media viral. They
Oh,
pull
yeah,
them
the
on
people who
to
are-
Yeah.
boost it.
are
Like
hot.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard they don't
works.
really pay
I'm
them
sure.
shit. But
Not those people, but the people that are known. Like, I was watching something. Spanky Hayes said he was getting like 27,000. I was like, Spanky
Nice.
Hayes is getting 27,000.
he wasn't even that big on
He
the
wasn't
show.
even that big, but the budget must have been really, really big at the time. I think when
So
they
then
were
they
at
started
MTV.
pulling it down.
Right, but then when they were moving different networks, and the budget went down.
That makes
But-
sense.
okay, yeah.
Right, but Spanky Hayes said he was getting 27K. I just seen him do an interview. Like it's a comedy hype. I watch all the comedians like give interviews. I was like, good God.
Yeah, I like the people on there. And I know Chico Bean and all of them. Like they had to do that little branch off and do a little tour. So now they go do a little.
Oh yeah, people.
Yeah.
If you do it right, like
You can do it.
You
You
can
just ride the wave, and I think that's
Right.
why that
As you
reflects in
should.
your pay, because it's like I'm putting you on at the same. I'm giving you a platform that you
Yeah.
would have never had.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now go do something with it.
Yeah, make
Don't
it
just
happen.
get
Don't get away from-
comfortable.
right.
That's what
here.
reality TV shows.
Yeah.
They give you a little change. Now go and build a brand off of the platform and the followers. So
Cardi. That what
that's
she did.
that's the shoot.
Facts, man.
That's super facts. Okay, what else do we have? We spend a whole lot of time on this.
That's actually it.
That's
Yeah, that's it.
I was going to mention
Damn.
something about Harriet Tubman. I forgot.
Okay.
I did see the movie. Did anybody watch the movie?
What was it called?
No.
Harriet.
It just came out though, right?
It
Like
didn't-
last year.
Yeah, like later.
Linda
I
in the
haven't
last
seen it.
year.
So I'm waiting for it to get to.
Damn.
Girl.
I'm going to leave it
Twice.
alone. I don't know what's
me do
wrong
it.
with it.
Twice.
Yeah, is it-
Twice.
Maybe. It keeps coming out. It'll be okay.
Twice.
Yeah. But the movie Harriet was pretty decent.
I'm gonna see it. I just wasn't gonna pay.
Yeah.
Damn it, John.
I'm sorry. I'm really
Damn
cheap when
it,
it comes to movies.
sir.
Movies are overpriced. I just seen Bad Boys, and I wanted to see Bad Boys 3 a long time ago.
You just saw Bad Boys what?
3, the
the
one
last
that just
one.
came out. Cause I wait to go on Tuesdays, cause it's
Okay.
just $5. Studio
Okay.
Movie Grill. Give me a check, studio.
Okay.
It's $5, so it's
Okay.
like I always go see a $5 movie.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
ain't
so
nothing.
all day.
Wrong with that?
Yeah, all day.
Okay.
$5. I won't pay any more now that I know I can see a movie for $5. I won't. I will never pay full price.
Damn
for a
it,
movie.
John.
Tuesday is movie
You
day.
cannot be taking a girl to a
Tuesday.
$5 movie.
It's a Studio Movie Grill. We can eat.
Okay,
good,
that was my next question. Are you eating? Are you feeding her? Are you giving her
I'm
drinks?
not about to get a company all. I mean, movies are overpriced. They overpriced.
They are.
John.
When we saw Bad Boys, me and Craig spent maybe about like I think $40 in food and concession stand food.
Oh hell no! I brought my own. It was in my purse.
I had food in my bag.
That's
No!
But I was hungry. We didn't get a chance to. I think we left here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I didn't,
You didn't have a chance to go
and
eat.
then remember, I hopped in the car.
Yeah.
We prepaid for our tickets. They were like $14 a piece. So
Yeah.
that's like that's $30 right
Nah,
there.
nah.
And then we bought food.
Yeah.
Scooter? Okay. And then we bought food, and that was like $40, $50. It was like almost $100.
What kind
Did
of
you
food
hear
did
that?
you
Did you-
buy?
But no,
No, but
Craig
that's
was hungry.
real. Like,
He
if you on a
he got,
date
like,
and you with somebody and y'all out there spending, it can get up to that like
It
that.
can.
Unless you in there straight budgeting. And who want to be like that? Now I can take you to Tuesday, $5, and then we can get whatever on the menu. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do that. Just be reasonable, because the menu
All
do
right.
be kind of pricey too. Don't buy more than 2 drinks.
Oh yeah.
And we
Yeah,
can,
that's
if that's the case, if you want to drink more
Each?
than 2 drinks, we gonna bring our own liquor and like spice it up.
Okay, I wouldn't go on a date with you.
Whatever.
John,
Hey,
we
I've
need to
never had a
talk.
problem getting a date, so
I'm sure
We need to
But
talk.
I'm down to earth.
you're very.
I'm
down to
sure.
Earth. You're
know what
too
I'm saying?
down to earth.
Right.
I plan a whole bunch of
You
dates,
just
but we
need to
gonna do it
go to
reasonably.
the drive-in where that's acceptable.
Yeah.
Ew.
I'm not
No,
going-
see, I'm bougie still. I'm just
Okay.
budgeted bougie.
Then go to the drive-in.
Drive-in
That's not
is where you
cool.
can
I'm
do
not
all
cool
of
with.
that.
I'm not cool with the drive-in.
Why?
I like the movie theater feel. Thank you very much. $5 Tuesdays.
Dude, the back seat.
No, I don't want to do all of that stuff. I want to watch. I've never done nothing in a movie theater. Nothing.
Okay, I haven't either.
No, I haven't.
I gotta watch that movie. We paid to go.
Yeah,
to
we
the movie.
paid to go.
We gonna watch this movie. Don't touch. Don't stop it. We hold hands.
Oh,
Nobody likes
John.
a cheap man.
I'm not
John.
being cheap. I am being.
Fiscally responsible.
Thank
I
you.
know.
There we go. See,
don't-
you
I
can't be
still-
getting me,
no.
man. You gonna call me cheap?
You called yourself cheap. I just.
I didn't never say cheap.
You didn't say it. You don't have to.
Listen,
You said
$5.
so. Then we're sneaking in
Five-
drinks. I'm like,
If you want to buy more, I don't like to be taken advantage of.
okay.
All
No
right.
Drinks at the bar are unreasonable.
Okay.
They are. They're unreasonable. And then you don't even know if they putting real, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what they pour is sometimes. And if I can't talk to the bartender, I can't warm them up to me. You just bringing my bar. It's dark in the movie theater. I'm just drinking. It tastes like ice water. I'm like, come on now. This is a mojito.
You know who he reminds me of? Jason from
Oh my god.
what's the one? Darren Dingling Davis.
Whoa.
What is Jason?
What's happening?
Oh,
What is
out of the
Jason?
game.
The game. You know, he was like, yeah, let me get a number 5 with a Coke, no ice, because he didn't want this soda to be watered
I always
down.
say light ice.
Light ice, because he wants all his soda.
I'm a light ice type of guy.
Light ice, yeah, you're like totally like Jason.
So
light
look,
skin.
it ain't got nothing to do with being cheap.
It
I just don't
does.
like
You-
to be taken advantage of. I
Oh my
refuse.
God.
I refuse to be taken advantage of. In any situation, I'm gonna try to get around being taken advantage of.
He's gonna
Okay.
be like the cheap dad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna be budgeted.
you're
All
gonna
right,
be a
I'm not cheap because I
dad.
spend a lot of money. Like I don't save nothing.
On
so
what? Weed?
Hold on.
Wait a
I have a question.
I'm
I have a question.
We're going- we're
Okay, I
off
have a
the deep
question.
end.
So last week we introduced John to the Cajun Sparkle over at Popeyes. So did you save some? Do you still have packets?
they only give me like 2 at a
You
time.
only
They
get a
be
little
real
bit.
goddamn. But let me tell y'all was right. It was like when I asked for it, when I ordered it, it was like everything got quiet.
Everything was slow motion.
And then she how you know about the Cajun Sparkle? But how she phrased it was, she said, how you know we had the Cajun Sparkle back? Like it was out or something. And I'm like, I ain't say nothing. I just looked, I ain't know what to say next.
Right.
I ain't want to say the wrong answer. I'm like,
Right.
this is a code. I
This
just
a
asked,
code. This is
they
a
told me to
test.
ask for Cajun Sparkle. Can I get some Cajun Sparkle, please?
right?
How you know about? I don't know.
But wait, so is this the same lady that you talk to
That know
every
my
week?
name?
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Okay.
So I tripped her up with that. She like,
yeah.
yeah, started talking to somebody.
Right.
That is
Which
so
which
funny.
coworker are you cheating on me with?
Exactly. What's going
Which
on?
coworker
Don't say
gave
it.
you some
Yeah.
free Cajun
Yeah,
Sparkle?
that shit happens to me like that. I'm too friendly out here. People be really thinking we got like
Relationships?
personal relationships. Yeah, but you cheating on me with her? I just want
Like,
food.
I just.
I'm just
a
nice.
sandwich.
I'm gonna treat you the same way I treat her. I'm sorry. This
Right.
is what's happening.
I just want a sandwich.
But that Cajun Sparkle was off the chain. I put in my red beans and rice. I
It
sprinkled,
just-
I
Put
sprinkled
that
some
shit
on my
on
sandwich.
everything.
It just made everything just
I done put some on the
livened
fries.
up. Everything livened up.
I only went twice this week though, so
Good.
y'all should be
I'm
proud
going
of me.
tonight.
Good job.
It's gonna be my dinner.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I only went twice. So
That sounds really
something about
good.
that Cajun Sparkle, I can't eat a lot of that stuff. Like you know, all that MSG. I don't know, but it was good. I got fuller.
That's
That's crazy.
sodium.
Yeah,
That sodium will do that.
but it's amazing. We don't put everybody on game. They gonna stop
A
selling
lot
it.
of the followers can be like, what
What
is
is a
that?
And then they
Cajun
don't even charge you for it, so that's why I know they're gonna. If too many people start asking for it, they gonna go away with it because they
It's gonna
charge
be
you for
a
all their
sauce.
sauces now. You know that, right? Unless you get tenders.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, anytime I get a sauce with my sandwich, it's 35 cents.
Wow. Well, maybe where you are, I've never been charged.
Not that I've done it at every. I've been to a lot of Popeyes now. I don't go to just one.
He riding around asking for.
I know. I got
condiments.
4 spots around. You got a pop. I got a Popeyes. I be on different sides of the town sometimes. I got
Yeah,
no.
I think
too
I'm gonna
funny.
eat that when I leave here because I am.
I'm having
I'm
a sandwich
hungry.
with it.
See,
I'm
damn it.
hungry now.
All right, I'm gonna go to
Shit.
now.
3 times this week.
Damn.
Popeyes, yo, you owe us some money. Hit us up.
Man, I've been
Advertising.
putting them on Instagram like Popeyes, where our check?
Where's our check? We need a
All
check.
2019, 2020.
You ain't
For
gotta
real.
pay me, Popeyes. Just give me
Just
sandwiches.
give us some sandwiches.
Just like give me a gift card, a Visa that I can only use at your store, and I'd be all right.
That's funny. All right, y'all.
I will keep it going.
Let's switch gears. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and get right into the
Oh God.
rest of this.
I was
this show.
having a good time.
Yeah,
putting it behind.
I
Where's
know.
that
I was
juice?
just like, well, let me switch gears, and we're gonna make everybody sad. But I'm glad for a moment, at least we were able to get into the portion of our show. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like at least have a normal part of our show. I guess
Yeah.
normal for the lack of better
Upbeat.
word. Upbeat part of our show.
Yeah.
I wanted to start the show. I'm already sweating like a hog. I wanted to start this portion because we're going to talk so much about Kobe and just say the names of the people who passed away.
Absolutely.
I think that is the first thing that we should do
Right.
because they are people. They were husbands, they were wives, they were brothers, they were sisters, nieces and uncles, and they were loved by people,
I'll tell you about it later.
and they mattered. You
Yes.
know, they weren't high profile.
Right.
You know, they're not in the headlines. They're not being loved by the world, but they were human beings and they mattered to people.
Facts.
So I think that's how we should go ahead and start the show, and then we'll talk about Kobe. So, what I'm gonna do, KB, I'm gonna start, and then I'll let you finish.
Okay.
Okay, so the 7 victims outside of Kobe and Gigi, we have John Attabelli, 56. We have Carrie Attabelli, 46. Alyssa Attabelli, 13. This was a mother and father and daughter. They were family. John was the Orange Coast College baseball coach, and Alyssa played basketball with Gigi. Sarah Chester and Peyton Chester. Sarah was 45, Peyton was 13. Peyton was also Gigi and Alyssa's teammate. They were mother and daughter. Okay, go ahead, KB. Whew.
So we also have Christina Mauser, who was 38. She was the top assistant coach of the Mamba girls basketball team. She was handpicked by Kobe himself. A wife, a mother of 3, and she also led some clinics for the WNBA players at the Mamba Academy. We also have Ara Zobian, who was 50, and the Bryant's private pilot. He was a veteran pilot and a pilot instructor.
So we just wanted to make sure that we said their names.
Right, because they matter as well.
They matter as well, and they are loved.
Right.
And we just want to send prayers and positive energy to their remaining family and loved ones.
Right.
So I do have hard facts about the information on the crash, but we'll get to that later.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that we had that because there's some information that has come out. But let's just start with John. Just tell us on Sunday, where were you when you found out about Kobe's passing?
So everybody around me knows, what Kobe is to me to a certain degree. So I was asleep. I had a late night the night before, so I was asleep. And my stepdad came upstairs, knocked on my door, woke me up, and said, hey, check your Google. And I was like, what you talking about, man? I'm waking up. What you mean? And he said, Kobe's dead.
Damn, just like that.
And I woke up and I looked up. And I said, what? And I pulled my phone out, and sure enough, TMZ, because you know they was the first people to
Of course.
report.
Of course.
They were some assholes about it, though. But
Yeah.
I seen the headline, and then I switched. I looked at the headline. Wasn't a lot out there, though, at the time. So then I switched to Facebook, and I seen a couple of my friends say something, and then I seen more of them saying stuff as if, y'all don't just be sharing everything. You don't know nothing.
Right.
Yet. You know, some people were claiming fake news.
Okay.
So I took that and ran with it. And I went back to sleep thinking, when I wake up again,
It's gonna be
I'll
fake
know it's fake
news.
news. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? I'll know, but I just need to go back to sleep. I'm not about to dive further into this because I don't. It's like you don't want it. You don't want it to be. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that was like what? So I went back to sleep. I woke up about 4 hours later. It was about 6:00 p.m. at that point. I
Right.
slept all damn day. And when I woke up, I pulled my phone back out, turned on ESPN. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And then that's when I knew it was he was with Gigi. And that combined just I broke. Like it just folded me. Like with him it was like no. And then as I woke up to the news that he died with Gigi,
Yeah.
it just it was like unimaginable tragedy that I've never experienced in my life. Like it was tragedy, and it was so close to me. Like it was so close. I've never met this man a day in my life.
Right.
But I idolized him. I listened to every word that he's put out. I've read every book other than the children books, but my kids will. Other than those, I've taken in all his content, his mind, his mental. I've applied it to my own life, and I've been doing it for years. I'm more than a Kobe fan when it comes to basketball. I idolize the man that he is.
Right.
He's a father figure to me. So that's where I was. And from that point, that whole day, it was Sunday, right? It was Sunday.
Yeah.
That whole day, I just watched nothing but loops of the Doc Rivers getting interviewed, the players leaving, Kobe loops, people crying, and I just cried all day. Like that's just all I did. I just took it in and I just cried. I ain't eat the whole day. Couldn't eat. I just took it all in, and it was just whoa. It was. I can't put no words on it because that was the first time that's ever happened to me. And like I said, I've lost family members, so at the same time, I was questioning, why is this hurting so bad?
Right.
Like why? Like why are you breaking down like this? You ain't cried like this for nobody. And it was just, and I was struggling with that, and I still haven't quite answered it, but I got a little bit further down the road with figuring it out. And it was just, and yeah, man, that was the worst day of my life so far.
Wow.
Damn,
Really?
man.
The worst day of my life.
Damn.
Wow. And you've had a grandmother pass.
I've lost a great grandmother.
Okay, your great grandmother. That's right.
I just lost a cousin last November to gun violence. He got shot at 29, I think. And I mean, I cried. I wish I could have went to his funeral. It was sad, but even that made me question. Like, I knew Quinn, like.
Right.
Why is this breaking me down? And I still haven't came to that answer but I'm glad that I'm emotional though. Like I'm not hiding the fact that it hurts me. I'm not running from it, and I like that. I like that feeling to be this compassionate about something. So it's so horrific. It's just so horrific.
It's horrific.
And sudden.
Yeah.
And then there's more people involved, which makes it worse.
Right.
It's like it's not good.
Yeah. One thing I want to touch on is don't feel like you showing emotion is weak.
Right.
And that was something that I had text to CJ earlier today. Like, I like the fact that so many, and I'm just going to use this specifically. I like the fact that so many black men have been able to show their emotions and, you know, say that they're hurting and cry. And, you know, there's players that's crying on national TV and consoling each other and like holding each other and trying to keep each other, you know, together. And I like that because there's such a stigma in the black community that black men have to be strong all the fucking time.
Or not even cry, like crying.
No, you can't cry. You can't cry. You can't show emotion. Like you have to be like a stoic. And that is so fucking, I hate that.
Right.
And so I hate that this is what it took for guys to be okay with showing emotion, showing that they're sad, showing that they're confused, showing that all the emotion that they had. I hate that this had to happen, but I'm glad to see it, because maybe we can take this and move this on and continue this of Black men, it's okay.
Right. Absolutely.
It's okay. And maybe that can be the step of the first direction in Black men. It's okay to, if you need counseling, if you need to talk to somebody, if you need to help somebody help you get through this and trauma, because Black men have gone through so much fucking trauma for hundreds of years.
Right.
And it's okay to break down. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to show emotion. It's okay to be fucking human.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I haven't seen my husband cry back to back to back to back to back so much. You know, I've come to the term of basketball hate. I've saw this in a Facebook comment before when LeBron opened up the school, and I had basketball hate for LeBron. I've always, I couldn't stand LeBron. But when he came to the Lakers, it took me a minute to accept it. We had this conversation before on our other network. And I've come around. I don't have that begrudging feeling anymore.
You don't cringe when somebody
I don't cringe
says his
anymore,
name.
and I watch the games now, but the things that LeBron does as a man,
I so respect.
I respect so much. And what he does for the community, and him as a father, I respect so much. So everything that I felt, it's melted away. And how he's playing for my team, now it's just like, okay, it took me a minute to come around.
Me too.
It just took me a minute. So, but I remember in the comments that with his school, someone was saying that they found it was basketball hate, and I was like, that's what I had. I didn't hate him. I would say I hate LeBron, but it was just basketball hate. I didn't hate him. So my husband had basketball hate for Kobe. He didn't hate Kobe, but he's a New Yorker. He's New York to the death of him. So he's a Knicks fan. So he just and he's a Jordan fan, and he's a generation older than myself. So he's what I'm saying. My husband's 8 years older than myself. So he's a Jordan fan. So that whole Jordan Kobe conversation. So so I'm a Kobe fan. He's a Jordan fan. But, when I found out, I was asleep. And it was like a simultaneous combustion that rocked me, because it came through our group text. And then my husband came and told me. So I was bombarded with this information waking up. So, and the people who, I love my sisters, I love my girls, but they didn't understand the relationship and how much I love Kobe and my Lakers. It was just news. And the way that it was said, and when I'm looking at everything, and I'm just like, wait, that's not how you tell me. And they didn't understand. So then you sidebarred and like, I know this is not the way for it to be told to you. You know what I'm saying? And then, so simultaneously, then Craig comes in like, babe, Kobe is gone. My husband is crying. My husband is crying. The man who never liked Kobe a day in his life is crying. And my husband he's wore this hat every day this week. I had to get this off his head today. Okay? So I could wear it. My husband has wore this hat every day.
Wow.
My husband has cried basically every day. And he's not a Laker fan. He wasn't a big Kobe fan. But it hit him to his core. Because if you look, like Jerry West, the NBA logo, he's still alive. Like, basketball players don't die.
No,
they live.
Magic Johnson with AIDS is still alive. Okay? So
Pete Russell.
They're still Larry Bird and Michael Jordan are still
Dominique.
alive. Dominique Wilkins is still alive.
Bill
Dr.
Russell.
J is
Shit.
still alive.
Man.
Like all the legends are still here. So I could not for the last week understand why this happened because basketball players get old.
Yeah.
They retire and they get old.
Right.
You know, the greatest in some people, Michael Jordan is still here.
Right.
He's still selling shoes.
Right.
So this is why I think is a part of why this is so hard for people because in a generation, our greatest of all times died tragically, suddenly, questionably with his daughter. The man couldn't even enjoy his family. The man only been retired for 3 years.
Man.
So it seems like to me the way I can't understand.
Yeah.
I don't.
Magic told him when he played his last game. He was mic'd up, and he said, "Your life has just started." On his last game as he retired, he said, "Your life has just started," and we could see exactly what he was talking about because Kobe switched. He became something different than what he was when he was in the league.
Right.
He showed us the other side of him.
The human.
For those 3 years, it was beautiful. It
Right.
was-
He has been the
Father,
most
husband.
accessible retired NBA player. We've never seen somebody retired so much. Well, Kobe, he didn't reveal so much because he was just all ball.
exactly, and we understand
Yeah.
that he wanted to be the greatest, but
He
when it
wanted
was
to be the
over,
greatest.
it
He
wasn't
just-
about him anymore.
It was about everybody, his kids. It was about helping women. It was about his storytelling.
It's about giving his knowledge to the world.
About
Yeah.
helping others with basketball. He was teaching people his moves.
Right.
Who does that? And think about it. Jordan ain't never taught nobody shit.
Jordan ain't.
Jordan ain't doing that. They can figure it out. You know what
He's
I'm saying?
sitting up in the press box of the Hornets, and he ain't coming down
with
showing them
with a
nothing.
cigar. Fucking with white bitches.
Hey, y'all losing down there. Y'all losing. Play better.
I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Messing with little white young. Remember when Michael Jordan got that young chick? Everybody was like,
And
"Huh."
listen, people know this about me. I'm not that big of a Michael Jordan fan.
I'm not
don't-
either.
I don't like him as a person.
I don't like him as a person.
At
He's
all.
not a good person.
Not a good person.
He's not a good person.
Great player.
Bad person.
Bad person.
Bad person. Sorry. That. Give me some. Bad. Bad person.
For sure.
Okay. Well, I
Bad
don't
person.
pay. I don't pay that much attention
Yeah,
to
bad
him.
person. Me no like E.
It's the same way
But-
that people don't like, and like you said, there's a lot of people like your husband.
Yeah.
Who my mom was like your husband in the sense of she was with Kobe and Shaq for the longest, but she was a Shaq fan. So when all of that controversy happened,
She took sides.
oh
And
yeah,
he
she was like
got
Kobe
thrown
fucked
under
up
the
for
bus,
that. He done
yeah.
talked to, and then she knew the juicy news, you know that
Yeah.
that he talked to Shawnee and influenced the divorce and stuff like that. So it was like as a person, she was like, yo, that's some fuck nigga shit.
Right.
I'm not messing with him.
I don't
But-
condone.
Right.
But this hit everybody. It don't matter. Like it don't matter how you felt about him.
Yeah, because I'm not a fan.
But you.
I was not one of like. I'm a Ray Allen fan, and
Jesus Shuttleworth too.
Jesus Shuttleworth. Yeah, and I've always been a Ray Allen fan. So
Always.
So for me, it wasn't. I found out when I was actually preparing our posts for the Grammys, so we can put it up on social. Just like we did, because we had literally just the day before talked
the
about our
show. Right.
predictions, and I was going to put that all on social, prepare it so it can go on social for that evening when the Grammys aired. And for whatever reason, I don't even know why I opened Facebook, because I was literally working in another app doing the post, and the first post I see is from Erica from TMZ, and I'm like,
Erica Boyd.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck ever.
Right.
And so then somebody else sent a message in our group chat. Well, not our group chat. I'm in another group chat.
Right.
And he was like, yo, did Kobe die? Man, I saw that. I ain't believing that shit. It ain't nowhere else, just TMZ.
Right, right.
And so half of me was like, all right, TMZ, I think they've been wrong once.
Once. I think someone
Once.
said they killed Lil Wayne, but that was
Yeah.
it. But they called
Once.
Michael Jackson. But they right every other time.
They're always
They're always right.
And so I'm like,
They was
Yeah.
wrong for putting out that story. But they
Yeah.
always right.
But they always.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not believing it. So we're looking
that's
on
how Vanessa
ESPN.
She found out on TMZ.
From TMZ, yeah.
The cops
how
were
she
trying.
found
They were trying to contact her.
Yeah.
5 minutes before that, but TMZ put it out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They've already contacted
But-
TMZ and scolded them.
But TMZ was like, they
had a job to do.
contacted.
They.
I know,
But-
and that's what I was trying to explain to certain people.
TMZ said that they did contact his people, Kobe's people, and they said it was okay to put out. So we don't know who these people were.
But they have
that
a job to do.
TMZ.
I mean, I
That's
understand.
Yeah.
what
They
it-
have a job to do.
If we don't put rules and regulations around press, period,
Period.
then this is
There's
what's
no
going to happen.
exception. I
Right.
don't feel no ways about
I don't
that.
either.
Right.
I don't feel no ways about that.
But yeah. So that's how I found out, and I'm like, for the rest of the day, I was just like, no. And then that whole group chat thing started happening, and the first people I thought about was you and Tonda. So I text Tonda before I text you because I wasn't gonna text you. I wasn't gonna do that. I can handle Tonda. I can't handle you, and like that would no. So I had text Tonda. I was like, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? And she responded, a friend of hers just called and told her what happened. She had to pull the car over when she got the news. And I'm like, okay. So the rest of the day, literally, I was in a bubble. And y'all know how I feel about the Grammys. I watched probably a good 20 minutes of the Grammys. I lost it when Alicia Keys and Boyz II Men started singing. But I had to turn it off. Like, I couldn't even watch it. Like, it just didn't seem important
It wasn't
at the
important.
time.
Right.
And as much as I love music, much as I love the Grammys, and as much as I'm just like so engrossed in that, I just could not even watch it. I'm sitting here like, y'all are having just like a grand old time. And meanwhile, people are hurting.
I couldn't.
Life has completely changed for those families. And this is when, we're finding out that there's more than just Kobe on the plane in the pilot. Oh, okay. So his daughter was there too. Okay. That's fucked up. Because literally earlier in the week, they were posting and, clips were going around of him and his daughter at a game.
Yeah.
And it's just like, everybody's like, wow.
And she's so good.
Yeah, he taught her everything.
She was so good.
She was
really
about
good. The WNBA is robbed of a Hall of Famer. Probably. Oh my gosh, that could have been
She
the
wanted
best to ever do it.
To Connecticut.
Yeah.
She wanted to.
Oh, Gigi was so fire. Even Kobe said in the interview, she got it. She has it, and she got it before I did.
That's what
Yeah.
he said. He was like, she's going to be way better than me, is what he said. And I watched clips of her. And
so
I mean,
good.
her fadeaway. It was just like at 13. And you could see her father in her when I was just like, a 13-year-old girl, she's 6'3". She was 6'3".
She was 6'3".
She was 6'3".
I
Damn.
didn't know she was that tall.
Kobe's only 6'6". So God knows how.
You say only like that's not tall.
But I'm saying for a girl.
No, I didn't
I know
know
what
she
you
was that
mean.
tall.
She
I
was
thought she
that
was smaller.
tall.
Are you sure she was 6'3"?
I swore he said but I've watched so much stuff. You can look it up. But I swore he said she was 6'3". I don't know if that was Natalia that was 6'3" because she
Her
was
daughter, the
oldest,
older.
yeah.
But I
She was
swore
a volleyball player.
she was volleyball. But Natalia, one of them was 6'3". I swore he said that was Gigi was 6'3", and I was like, God dang. Like, she's going to be taller than you.
Yeah.
I don't think Vanessa was, I think she was just average height. But yeah,
How tall is the wife?
I want to say, I don't
She's not that tall.
She's not that tall. I
She's
don't,
like 5'7".
but yeah,
8.
probably 5'7", 5'8", maybe, but, I thought it was just so amazing that, I saw, like you said, only yesterday I started to deep dive into everything because, I have to be prepared for our show, is that, they had no boys.
Mm-hmm.
And that, they wanted to try for a son. They have like a 4-month-old. Will never know her father.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a 4-year-old, 3 or 4-year-old will never know her father.
Yeah.
But Gigi was saying, Dad, don't worry about it. I'm going to carry on the legacy.
I remember that. That was dope. She got interrupted the interview to say
Yeah,
that.
she was like,
Because somebody asked him that question.
Right,
Like,
like,
how do you feel about not having a son? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well, she's like, dude, don't worry about it.
So
Forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm right
She
here.
said, I got this.
I got this. And that was just so real and pure. She was just like Mamacita, like everyone's hashtagging.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay that you don't have a boy. I'm a baller. I'm going to carry on the legacy. So what if I'm a girl? I can do whatever the boys do.
And she could.
And just watching her play, it was just like, as a mom. And so the way that I've been processing things, I was going as someone who's loved Kobe since he touched down.
Right.
Then I was processing as a wife and as a mother.
Right.
And it was so hurtful because I was like, I have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I have, and I have a husband. Y'all might as well just take me to the crazy house, because if I lost my husband and my daughter, I'm just willing to bet I'm not going to be doing so well.
No.
Right.
You know
Not
what
at
I'm
all.
saying?
Right.
Not at all.
Tragically, you have to be so strong. And I know that you have other children that you have to live for, but that's how I started to process. That's
Right.
where more pain came in.
Right.
And then to think that there were other families on board,
Right.
so that was just more pain that I was processing. And it's just like this man, and then I started to process, like, seeing that the NBA legends, they just get old. I just started to think that, like, okay, so Kobe, the Mamba mentality, and I saw this in an interview on it's called I think it's called his name is Patrick, and I forget what his YouTube is called, but he did an interview with Kobe, like, during the summer last year. And Kobe said, and this made me cry. Kobe said that he loved basketball so much that his relationships suffered. That basketball was number one.
Mm-hmm.
And that people in his life, no matter if it was his cousin, his wife, his mother, his kids, everybody understood that.
Right.
And they let him be him,
Right.
which is a basketball player. And that, so that's why he practiced the way he did.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he hardly missed games the way he did. That's why he played sick and injured the way he did. And that, retiring was for him to spend more time with his family, to get into
Give
business,
back.
to
Right.
give back. But he only had 3 years. So in my mind, I said, this man was only put here to play basketball.
Yeah.
This man was only put here to play basketball.
And to change the game.
That's
To accomplish his goal.
To
Right.
accomplish his goals.
Right.
To be the best
Retire
and and leave.
and leave.
Impact people in a different way.
And leave.
Right.
Tragically. And I just couldn't, and I started shaking on watching this, and he just said that, he wouldn't, his time he'd only spend with his family. He didn't hang out. He didn't go to the club. A lot of people thought Kobe was arrogant, because he didn't club. He didn't vacation with other NBA players. And he said, quote, he's in an interview said, well, why didn't you hang out with other players? Why didn't you go on vacation? Because he said, I didn't want to retire and wonder, why didn't I give more? That was the
Right.
Mamba mentality, is to give everything that I have
Right.
to the game. I don't want to spend time clubbing. I don't want to spend more time if I'm on vacation. If it's not my family, I want to be practicing, either
Right.
family or practice, or honing my game,
Right.
playing to my weaknesses, whatever it is. And to think of someone who was so focused on the game, get only 3 years to do whatever he was setting up, whether it was his illustration company, trying to position more, do things for women, because, he coaching, giving back, setting up businesses. 3 years.
Mentoring other players in the league.
Right.
The man had he was only here to be a legend.
To give us
Change
some of the
the
greatest
game.
moments that we can always go back and watch.
Change the
But that's
game.
it.
And
And to
die.
inspire.
That was it.
But he did inspire a lot.
A
And I
lot.
will say that I didn't talk to my kids about it on Sunday. Like I told you, I went mute. I shut down.
Yeah.
Monday they came home, and the first thing Christopher wanted to know was, did Kobe die? And I was like, yes, baby, he did. And then he wanted to talk about it. And then he was like, they were talking about it at school, and some of his teachers brought it up, and then they watched some video.
Oh, wow.
And then some kids talked about it on the bus. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I was like, he played for the Lakers. And the first thing that I thought of was last year when I was telling you that Christopher was talking about LeBron and thinking about getting him a jersey, even though that goes totally against everything in my household. It's
Right.
Clipper Nation in this house and
Right.
Dodger Nation in this house.
Right.
And you were like, just get him a Kobe jersey. And I was like, all right, I could do that. Like, that was literally the first thing that I thought about when I talked to Christopher about it. And he was like, Mommy, I want to play basketball like Kobe. All right.
That's what he said.
I have been trying to get this little boy to get football out of his mind so hard.
Are you serious? That's what he said?
He wants to play
That's
basketball like
beautiful.
Kobe. And like, I was prepping for the show today, and he just kept coming in there. And I was looking at like the stuff on the Lakers. I couldn't look at anything else but the Lakers stuff. And I still haven't watched like videos or anything that anybody else has posted. If I scroll past too many of them, I just get out of social. That's been me all week. But he came over because I was in my phone and looking at stuff. And he was like, that's Kobe. And I'm like, yeah, that's Kobe. So now I'm like, okay, well, again, I hate that this had to happen. But your impact on basketball is so deep that this little boy has only heard your name a couple of times, seen a few clips of you that they showed at school, and then we did come home and he watched some highlights on like his last game and like his career and stuff. And now he says, I want to play basketball like Kobe.
That's
All right.
beautiful.
All right,
And
so
there's so much out there that he can, because he said like Kobe. There's
Like
so much
Kobe.
out there you can show him going forward,
There's so much.
where Kobe is sitting down and giving you pieces of his mind, where he's showing you, this is how I got to. He gives us the blueprint.
He gives
if you
you
want to be
everything.
like him, the blueprint is out there. Like he gave it up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I respect about him and love him so much for, is for the fact that he was so transparent.
Yep.
And you don't get that, especially with basketball players. We're known to be finessey and, arrogant and,
Very
and
arrogant.
big-headed. And when we retire, we go away.
They go away.
Jordan
Yeah.
behind his fence with the 23 on it. That's where he at right now.
Right. No, that's so true. With the big old, like, if you, the
Kobe
house
on-
in Chicago.
Right.
Like, I remember the whole brick, like, high fence.
That's where he at.
And then it had 23. Like, and it's so, like, standoffish.
Like, don't mess with me.
Don't go away.
Don't bother me. Watch my
Don't
videos.
bother me. Go away.
Buy
Buy
my
my
shoes.
shoes.
Buy my shoes. Right.
Buy my shoes. Right. And you never seen Jordan doing anything.
And that's that's good.
You
That's
never
good.
see
And how old
Jordan
is he?
doing anything.
How old is your
He's
son?
9.
he'll be 9 in
Nine.
a couple in 2
I'm
months.
gonna start coaching soon,
shit, in
and
a
that
month.
goes into everything that I've been trying to do and bring out of me, because I want to use this emotion and put it towards something,
Right.
because I feel like that is the Kobe way to do anything,
Right.
and that's what I'm trying to do. I just want to live in, because I took what I took from him and applied it to my life, and it made me better. But then I went back and forth because I didn't want to get consumed and wanted to emulate somebody else.
Right.
And as I was growing up, though, I realized that I lacked drive and discipline. And he had it. My first basketball player that I liked was Allen Iverson. He didn't have it. He taught me a lot of the wrong things, to be honest with you.
AI was just like
completely
like
different.
Practice.
But he was talented, though.
Practice.
He was uberly talented. He had
natural
swagger.
talent.
He had swagger to him. He didn't try to
Charisma.
be anybody else. He was going to be him. And I liked that. He was unapologetically him.
Right.
And that's what drove me to be like, I'm like, yeah, I like AI. That's my boy. and then once it started to come out, and then I ran into Kobe. I don't even remember the first time that I decided that it was Kobe. But he brought me to the Lakers. I didn't have a team. I was just a player fan.
Right.
He brought me to the Lakers. I consumed myself in the person that he was, the drive that he had, and it just hit me like, I need that though. Like that's what's gonna take me to the next level. And then I talked to people crazy about the Kobe way, the Kobe mindset.
The Mamba
Before he
mentality.
even named it the Mamba mentality, it was like, I'm gonna do it like that.
Well, like Kobe, or like Mike, like Kobe. Before it was the Mamba mentality.
I want to do it like that. If I'm gonna do anything, I'm talking about anything. I got to do it like that. I want to be the best at it, and I got to consume myself in it, and always think about it, and never get it out my head. And I would go in and out of it though, you see? Like I would go in and out of it and back to me. And it didn't, I could be further along if I just consumed myself.
Yeah.
In the Kobe mindset.
It's funny you say that because, God, I hope I get this right. Because I consumed between last night and now, I consumed so much film or video. Kobe said there's two things I want to say about that. Kobe said, if Shaq had his mentality, Shaq would be the greatest of all time.
Right.
And that Kobe and Shaq, they butted heads because Shaq wasn't consistent, that he was lazy. That Shaq would say, I'm the greatest of all times, but he didn't show it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He would, I'm the greatest. I'm the Shaq Diesel.
He show up when he show up. He show out. Because he was the most dominant. And when you're the most dominant, it's hard to have that drive because can't nobody stop you.
Right, but you just think you can show up, but then he started to put on weight. Right.
Which happens.
Because you're a big fella.
And you don't have drive, so you're not working out all the time.
But then what happens is, Kobe said, I'm running up and down the court. You just now getting here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Before, it was easy for Shaq to get up and down the court. But then he started slowing up. But what happened is, he tried to, this is in an interview, he would try to get Shaq in the gym more, and Shaq wouldn't show up. So what would happen is, hack a Shaq. They would try to hack Shaq.
I remember that.
Remember?
I remember
and
hacking
then so
Shaq.
whatever. He would stop throwing. That's when people would say Shaq, Kobe doesn't pass.
He don't pass no more.
Right. Well, he wouldn't pass because you weren't going to make the free throws.
I might as well take the shot myself.
I might as well take the shot. Well, because first of all, your ass ain't getting down the court. Second of all, you're not shooting in the gym. Remember the whole thing?
Right.
You're not shooting. You're not practicing as much. So it's on me because I'm practicing. I'm here doing 3 a days, and your ass barely making 1 a days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was a whole mentality, and Kobe said he had a problem with people saying they were the best, but weren't doing what it takes to be the best.
Putting in the work. So Shaq was saying, I'm the Diesel, I'm this.
Which he was.
You know what I'm saying?
But you see what happens when you look.
You saw what
happened. You put their careers next to each other, and you're like, okay, well then he was right then.
But you saw what happened. We all saw it play out. That Shaq started to gain weight. He started to become slower. He started missing shots.
He turned into a role player.
Right.
Kobe never
was a role player. Always a leader. And then two, what you said about you didn't want to copy Kobe. What did you say?
I didn't want to consume myself. I didn't want to lose my own identity in trying to just be in this other person, this other man's figure.
Pause. What his answer about being like Michael, he said that to beat the greatest, you had to somewhat emulate them to beat them to become greater than.
Right.
And that blew my fucking mind because I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I never, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, you know what? I might have idolized Kobe, but his jumper is better. You know what I'm saying? I would always, get in those debates. First of all, let me tell you something. I would put people out my house for disrespect.
She ain't lying.
I would scream and holler. I'm coming out I'm hot. You're not. I would have barn burners over Kobe. Okay.
Yeah, she ain't lying.
I'm not. It's not a game.
She's not joking.
If you're watching right now, know that's amplified. Don't try it.
It's for real.
Yeah. You got put out the house before. You might get stabbed now.
Because this was for real. The moment Kobe touched down, I was all in. Because I saw, like you said, I saw a lot of myself in Kobe. I have always been very confident. Mm-hmm. I've always been determined. I've always been the one, I can't do it. I'm going to prove you wrong. Mm-hmm. Okay. I've always been like,
I needed that. I can't do it.
Right.
It's don't help me.
I've always been like, I'm not great. The fuck you talking about? Like,
fuck that.
What you mean I'm not the best student? Like, I'm not about to get 100. Like, what the fuck? Like, I saw a lot of myself and I identified with him.
Right.
I've always felt like it's okay to say I'm the best. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm talking about me. Right. That has nothing to do with you. I totally identified with that immediately. And then I loved his game. I loved his drive. I loved I understood where he was coming from. I never thought he was being disrespectful or cocky. But when he said, to be the best, yes, you have to emulate or come forward or right behind the best and then surpass them.
Right.
And talking about Jordan, and like when he said that, I mean, it just was like, boom, boom, boom. And it just answered that whole, he's just copying Mike and he want to be like Mike. Yeah, he do want to be like Mike.
You
Like, he
have
want to take it
to.
to the next level.
But he's
Right.
going to take it to the next level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I believe he did.
He did.
Yeah.
He ascended.
Definitely.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has their generation of their GOATs or whatever. But I don't care what you say. Kobe is the GOAT to me. I don't care. The moment he touched down, there was something special about Kobe. He changed the game. I don't know anyone who has that work ethic. Every video I watched, everybody is consistent. His work ethic
Was better than I've ever seen.
is crazy.
He beat everybody to the gym.
He beat everybody. He
Every
outworked
single-
everybody.
Every single
His
body.
quest for
and he had
knowledge.
to go through so many greats who are Hall of Famers now, who will be. He played with Carmelo. He played with Jordan.
Yeah.
He played with LeBron. He's seen it all. Tim Duncan. He's seen it all. He's seen every single, and he outworked every single one of them.
One of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unapologetically,
Yep.
in your face.
Yep.
That's my
absolutely.
man.
But it's therapeutic to
I was
talk
gonna say,
through it.
yeah.
Nah, this is it right here.
It's to talk through.
And I wanted to
this.
talk
Yeah.
about how you said that you went into a bubble. That's so crazy because that's how I usually deal with anything that hurts. is
Yeah,
that
I went into a bubble.
Me too.
I get away from it.
I had to.
That's
I
everything.
had-
when Mac Miller died for me, because that was my boy. I went away from it. I don't want to hear nothing about his death. I just listened to his music. I just all I did was listen to his music. But something about this, it's like it gave me so much energy. Even though it's emotional, distraught right now, there's so much passion inside of me right now that it has sparked, and I want to keep it. Like I don't want it to go away. So I've just been consuming myself. You look at my phone screen, it's Gigi and Kobe right there
Oh,
off the
wow.
muscle. Like I want nothing to
Oh,
do. I just want to be
I saw
consumed.
it.
I just want to be consumed
It is y'all.
in it. I don't want nothing to do. Nothing. I don't want to watch no game. I don't know how I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl because how
I thought that.
I'm gonna change my channel from ESPN2 right now. I don't know.
I thought about that.
I don't know.
I felt guilty about
wanna
enjoying the Super Bowl tomorrow. I feel guilty about enjoying things because I feel like this is so. And I want to get to this because I don't want to.
Oh yeah, we
have
got to get to this because I don't know about it.
Because this is another part of the conversation, you guys, about the crash. So I do want to get to some tangibles, right?
Good.
So so we know that the helicopter crashed on the 26th, which was last Sunday, and that the conditions were super duper foggy. I don't know if you are out there, if you ever been to LA, if you know anything about California weather. In the morning, it is super duper foggy. Sometimes it is so foggy you can only see certain sometimes you can look up and you can only see far. And but then it burns off during the day. It will just burn off. And from an eyewitness, the guy said he heard the helicopter but couldn't see the helicopter. So it was foggy as hell.
They
Yeah.
said y'all have an air base out there, right?
Not in LA. But I mean there's
They said that they had landed all flights. Like nothing was flying.
I thought you meant like there's like Orange County. I'm thinking military.
Yeah.
There's
That's what I was
airports.
thinking, too.
That's
Right.
what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Nothing was moving at that time.
Nothing was moving.
Yeah.
Everybody, LAPD,
Was grounded.
everybody was grounded.
Everybody was grounded.
Everybody was grounded because it was that foggy, and it is in my notes. It says conditions were foggy when the flight took off. Local police had grounded their helicopters due to poor conditions.
Okay.
So that was number one. Why did they take off?
Why are we flying right now?
Why are we
Right.
flying?
I feel like
This is
it's
not an
almost
emergency.
as
This
if
is
they didn't want to
practice.
tell him
Right.
no.
Right. That could be it.
Probably.
Because this is his personal pilot. Okay. And they were just going to practice. This isn't like his wife is in labor. This isn't, I gotta.
Oh, it was practice. I thought it was a game.
No, this is practice.
Wow.
This isn't like.
Well, they say he
I
flew
broke
like
my
6
leg.
times a day though. So I mean,
He flew everywhere.
Everywhere.
He could get somewhere in LA 15 minutes where it could take you an hour and a half.
Yeah.
He had the money.
Right.
Fuck it.
Which is why he did it.
It was why he did it, and it's convenient. Like, if I can save myself the convenience, the
especially
time
with
and
his
aggravation,
drive. I need more time to put into whatever I'm doing.
Exactly.
into it. That's how he saw it. Time is
Right.
money.
Yeah. 'Cause
Time
he
is
lives
money.
so far.
He lives so far, but if I could,
Well, not far, but because of LA traffic.
it's traffic.
far.
He started doing it because he saw that he could work out, spend time with his kids, take his kids to school, pick them up from school, still work out, still do this. That's why he started doing it, because he saw that he could do what he needed to do, still be part of his family, and get back and forth. That's why he started. And then when you saw, like, shit, time is money. Like, I got it.
Makes
You
sense.
go, and
Yeah,
I can
right.
fly wherever I want to.
It's his plane.
It's his. Do what you need to. So again, this is Island Express helicopters. Now, the actual they were restricted to flying under visual rules. Okay, so if you can't see, you can't fly. This is this particular company. So again, they were not supposed to be flying. They were restricted. The pilot, however, had the certifications to fly using instruments and visually.
Right.
But because he worked for that particular company, everyone is saying, well, he had the certifications, but did he have the experience?
Or the equipment inside the
There was no equipment.
right.
There were no black box.
So you know you can operate it, but it ain't in there.
It's not in there. So this is the big one, you guys. That there was no black box. There was no audio recording, only an iPad. But there's something called TOS. It's called Terrain Awareness Warning System, and it helps prevent crashes. And what it does, it lets the oh my God, pull up,
Right.
basically. You know.
Oh, like what we got in cars, so to speak. With the side, the blind spots.
Yeah,
now
but
that we got in
it
the
lets
car.
you know, like, you know, let me just read it. It says the warning system prevents crashes, especially when pilots have limited visibility, by providing a detailed image of surrounding terrains and triggering auditory and visual warnings. The system is required on fixed on bigger planes, basically.
Okay.
So it's not required; it's recommended.
Right.
So they didn't have to have it.
That's stupid.
It's stupid. So basically,
Especially for the year, because I think his was like, what, a 91?
The
was it
helicopter.
old? Was it an old
It
plane?
was an older plane.
Oh my God!
It was his though, right? And I
It
was
was
wondering
his.
how many times he done switched that damn helicopter out. He uses it a lot.
Yeah.
It was an
You would
old
think he'd
plane.
be
I
like-
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh God!
But that's why they didn't have it in the helicopter, because that wasn't there back when the helicopter was manufactured.
Okay, I didn't know that. I mean, I don't know if you can insert it, but maybe not. It's kind of like if you have an old car with a tape deck, but can you put in a CD player? I don't know.
Now I need a backup screen to show me when I'm backing up.
Or yeah, I guess
Give me-
you can't put it in there. I mean, I didn't know that it was that old. I didn't know that, but it's called TOS basically. So wow, but I'm assuming probably they're gonna make this regulated by now.
They better.
Because he was fine. He was hitting like the towers and asking. He was like going. They were telling him fly along 101, fly along 118. But then he was dropping so low because it was so foggy. So he was dropping low so he could see the freeway. And people, that's how you got like the cell phone
I
recordings.
fucking seen that shit.
Because
didn't
they
see
were
it.
like, what
I'm
the
telling you, I
fuck?
seen-
And it was a helicopter.
I've seen the crash.
Nope.
I saw it. I saw it.
I seen it.
Nope.
And so people were
Mm-mm,
taking the video of why is there a helicopter? I'm here and there's a helicopter here. So, in the NTSB, they're asking people, if you got any more cell phones, there's nothing, okay? Personally, I don't think we're going to know. There's no black box. There's no recordings. All there was is the iPad. There may be something on the iPad. We don't know. So the helicopter fell at a rate of 28 miles per hour and it slammed to the side of the hill. But I was watching the Today Show and they said they dropped at 350 feet in 6 seconds. and they slammed it to the hill at 176 miles per hour. So
Jesus.
I don't even. I don't think we're ever gonna know.
And I mean, I watched the press that night. I watched the sheriffs and the fire marshals do their whole press release, and they were just describing how long it took them to put the fires out, because it was mercury on the scene.
Yeah.
Which kind, you know what I'm saying? If you know anything about mercury, it reacts to
Yeah.
H2O and oxygen.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they trying to put it out with stuff, and it's making it worse. So it's like, it's hard to get any evidence.
Everything's melted. I'm sorry.
Everything. I can't put, they was lowering people to try to get into the scene. Like,
We're not gonna know.
that fire it burned way too long.
It burned a long time, and unfortunately, they didn't even get everybody until I think Tuesday. So, in my guesstimation, just kind of forensics and knowing that this was now an older plane, and knowing that there was no black box, no recording, we're probably never gonna know why they accelerated that fast, and just slammed into a fucking mountain. We're never gonna know. But why?
Why take that risk?
Why take the risk?
I don't like to blame anybody for
I'm
God's
not
plan,
gonna.
but
I try.
but
not to.
I mean, you need people in your corner who say,
Don't
no,
do it.
No, we're not doing that.
We're not going.
No, we're not flying. Hey, we got to find another way.
That's what I said. Who?
I can't fly. I can't. No, Kobe. No.
That's what I was trying to, and I was this is another process I was having. I was like, did the guy feel pressured because this was Kobe Bryant? Was there a big game? Was this the final practice? Were they in playoffs? Like, because I was in a bubble, I kept trying to figure out, like, okay, why was this so important? Why was the LAPD grounded, but they got in the air? Why?
Yeah.
What was it? That's the question. And I don't think we're going to know, you guys. Because now me finding out this is an old plane, they don't even have a way to record anything.
It's probably why there was no black box. I can't.
This makes my stomach hurts.
So let me just ask you guys a question, because I thought about this, through the random days, because I mean, it'll just be for 30 minutes and I'll be fine listening to music, rapping in the car, and then boom, something hit me. And I start crying. And the game was emotional yesterday, but that was a lot.
That was too much.
That was a lot. I got a lot out of me. That's probably why I'm not as emotional as I thought I was going to be today.
I cried.
Because
I was screaming.
I'm still kind of numb, because I was like, yeah, that took me out. I fell asleep. You know when you get your ass whooped when you were a kid,
and you
get that good cry,
and
you I went to sleep soundly last night because of that game.
That's why I didn't watch it last night. I couldn't.
I cried.
I could not. That game did not
But
exist
what I
to
wanted
me
to
last
ask
night.
you guys
Not
is,
in my
because I
world.
think
Nope.
I finally have, and to me it's more, but just let me know. This is like the Tupac tragedy. This is
I was gonna ask a question like this. Good.
Like what is this similar? Because
What
y'all were
level is this
there.
on, right?
Y'all were Tupac fans, and to me, I feel like it's magnified because Tupac was a hip hop legend.
where you're
You know
going.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And Kobe was international.
Right.
Right.
Oh, like there's people in Thailand and China.
There's people that don't speak English.
We're all everybody's mourning. Everybody. So it's like, what do we compare this to? Is this compared to Michael Jackson? Because I feel like it's more than that. Like,
This is
what is this?
Okay, let me answer this. Okay. She had to come over my house to console me about Michael Jackson. She had to come over my house. And I fell to my knees. I was driving. I had to pull my car over. But I didn't have all the processes with Michael. Being a mother and a wife.
Right.
And a fan. And relating personally, like in my life.
Right.
And identifying in my life and applying in my life. And then I'm a fan of basketball. I love sports. Like, this is applying on so many different terrains.
Hitting you on
It's hitting me on, and that's why it's like boop, 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 boop.
Right.
Like, once I'm something, then it's just like mom, Gigi. Then it's like, oh my God, basketball. Oh my God, my Lakers. Oh my God, my husband. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is worse than Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to be out of line by professing it.
No,
that's why I'm asking
worse than
someone.
Michael.
Okay.
Because when Michael died, I immediately accepted it. It's something about music, rock and roll, where like drugs, sex, and rock and roll, right? You kind of accept it. You know that it goes hand in hand, right? Rappers, shootings, it goes hand in hand. You accept it.
Right.
But basketball players get old.
Right.
That's just the way it is. My brain doesn't understand this.
No.
I don't understand.
It's like hard to compute because it's like
understand it.
And it's like the manner in which it happened. It's like everything that surrounds it. It's all the questions. Like it came out of nowhere. It doesn't make sense. It's hard to put in words. It's a whole bunch of things that happens at one time that makes it hard to make it make sense, and it doesn't make sense. So in that way, I think it's worse than Pac. I think it's worse than Michael because we were looking at them as fans,
Right.
and
right
now you're looking at it as human. It's not just you being a fan. It
hits you on all levels.
Right. It's human. Like she said, it's the mom aspect. It's the wife aspect. It's the other families on board. It's the person that you've seen grow up. Like watching him, not just in basketball. You're watching him and on TV and as a rapper. And it's just his mentality and everything that he is. It takes it a little bit more than Michael. It takes it a little bit more than
because I felt so.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I wasn't there.
Right.
I didn't feel it like that.
Right.
I mean, I was around when and knowledgeable when Michael died, but
Right.
I didn't look at Michael like that because, I mean, he was a GOAT. Don't get me wrong, you know, but like, I wasn't that attached to him.
Right.
Because the first time I seen Michael in real life, it was after surgery. So it was like, I kind of felt standoff about it, period. Surgery was new back then. So it's like I kind of looked at him like as already a different person.
Right.
Than what he was when we had Lil Mike.
Little Michael.
You know,
the brown Mike.
Then we had the
The
big
brown
Michael.
Mike.
Yeah, right. So it was like, but yeah, I feel like that. I feel like this is the worst thing that's happened to the world in a long time.
I would agree with that. Because it's so many people can relate to him, and so many people can take what he said and what he's done and really apply it to their lives. Like you said, you applied what he had to say.
It made me a better person. I would be worse off.
Yeah.
If I hadn't taken on to Kobe's method.
Yeah.
To if I hadn't idolized him, if I hadn't accepted the fact that I'm going to look at you as a father figure, you'll never know who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that because I know who you are.
Yeah.
And you keep telling me.
Yeah.
And you keep dropping interviews, and you keep giving me information. You keep giving me a blueprint.
Yeah.
I keep getting one from you. But to know that it stops now.
Yeah.
Because I got a blueprint all the way up until I'm 41 at this point. But after that, now it's like I've been walking in this shadow this whole time saying, all right, let me step out into the sun now. All right, I'm me. All right, let me back into the shadow because this is where success is anyway.
Yeah.
This shadow is where I'm getting my success. Whenever I apply what he's taught me, I get success.
Yeah.
Instantly. So it's like now I feel like, oh shit, what happens after that? Because dude, I was watching you. I was letting you walk for me, and I was following behind you. So it's over.
No, don't say it's over. I think that part is he's not just giving you 41 years of something to follow. Everything that he's been talking about teaching, dropping gems.
It's just a blind walk after this, though. It's just what.
No,
what it is.
don't think of it as a blind walk. Think of it as something that can still be applied even
course.
after. You know
Right.
what I mean?
I
Like
do.
it everything that he was teaching was not just about basketball. It's
No.
about life. So
Right.
no matter how old you are, no matter what you're doing in life, it can always be applied. So don't look at it as like he just 41 years and that's it. No, we have to be thankful for those 41 years. And we have to be thankful that he was willing to share the knowledge and the gems and the stuff that he dropped, because not all basketball players do that. Like y'all were saying, Michael Jordan, has he done any of that? I'm not a fan of his to be, I can't say whether or not if he has or not, but I know that everybody has been deeply impacted about Kobe, and whether they hated him on the court or they hated him off the court or whatever, none of that shit even fucking matters.
It doesn't. This
Like
is tragic.
everything
This is
that
tragedy
he
at its
has
finest.
put out, we have to accept and we have to be thankful for. And it sucks. Everything happened, and we still can't figure out like why. I think that's the part that gets everybody, is the why. You don't like to question God, but it's always like a why. This shit just don't fucking make sense. And I think that's part of the healing. We're never gonna know why. But God, he don't answer to us.
Right.
He's not gonna have to fucking tell us why if he don't want to. He did what he did. That shit happened the way it was supposed to happen.
Right, which is why I just want to...
Whether it makes sense or not, the shit don't make sense. It don't make sense at fucking all.
That's why at some point I want to get to the point where, and they were saying it on the game yesterday, like it's time to start celebrating his life.
Right.
I really want to get there. I want to get there so bad, because there is so much celebration I have inside of me for it.
You will.
It's just I can't get to it. I can't get that far into me to where I'm happy about what he gave us. I'm loving the videos I can go back and watch. I'm happy about the children books that I can read to my kids. Like, there's so much celebration that can happen, and everybody's right to call on it.
Yeah.
But
take your time.
I don't know how to get there. I don't even know, like, because right now it's just it's so fucking tragic. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so bad. It's just so bad when you just factor in everything, and that's just... Gigi hurts so bad.
Jesus.
That's so, like, that hits me in another way, because...
That's what missed me.
But then it's like, it's two-sided, because it's like, at the same time, I'm so glad that she had him.
Yeah.
And he had her.
Yeah.
When they went down together.
That was my only comfort on Sunday. When things just keep playing over in your mind, it's just like, okay, what happened? They weren't alone. They had loved ones there. And as tragic as it is, it's like that.
It's almost
as long
beautiful.
as they weren't alone. Nobody wants to die alone. And I think that maybe that, I don't want to say solace or comfort, but just knowing the fact that they still had each other and how close they were and how bonded they were.
Yeah, because Gigi wouldn't have been the same without Kobe.
No, nobody wants that shit. So,
I think I know I said that we have to give ourselves permission to feel our emotions, but I do feel like I need to apologize.
No. Ain't no apology.
No, I mean,
we was wondering where it was at, right? We've been asking ourselves why we haven't.
I don't know.
I've been prepared to come in here and cry my eyes out.
No, I was wondering where it was at, but you just hit a chord. It was too many emotions. You talked about Michael, and I remember how I felt about Michael, and we've been friends for so long. Like, that I meant to her coming to my house. Everything just played out, and Then I talked myself through all of everything, and it hit me.
It hit at one time.
It hit at once.
It was a lot,
and it was just too much, and I literally just had to get through that.
You had to get it out.
I had to get it out. Like, it was just like right here, and I had no control over that. But like I said, this is hitting on so many different levels.
Yeah.
That even I loved Michael. He was an inspiration for me as well. But this hit on way too many levels that in my everyday life, I'm a mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't imagine losing my baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fucking wife. Been a wife for almost 17 years. I can't imagine losing my husband like this. Just off rip, period. Stop right there. You know what I'm saying? Forget everything else. But just to know that how I, just how I feel about him, it just was too much, you guys. But I want to thank you, John, for coming. And just I just want to say one more thing. We gotta go, you guys. That I'm seeing something in you that is amazing, and that I think, don't stop.
Please.
Don't stop. Whatever it is that you're feeling inspired about, whatever Kobe is, the drive that you're sensing, whatever you are believing that he's leading you to do, whatever it is, if you want to coach, if you're going to be the best dad in the future,
I am.
If he's leading you just to be the best person,
I will.
Just whatever it is, don't do it, because I'm seeing something, and my discernment is telling me that to celebrate his life, and whatever it is, be the best at it.
Right.
Just have that Mamba mentality from this moment forward, because I believe in you. I know you're my little brother, so I'm gonna hold you accountable from this moment
Please
forward.
do that.
And so whatever, when you're grieving right now, so whatever it is that when you say, CJ, I found it, I'm gonna coach. I'm gonna say, all right, but now I'm gonna hold you to that. So I don't want to see you quit. Mourn, find out whatever it is. But when you find it, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yep.
And I'm gonna make sure that you do whatever it is, because of the way that you're sitting here right now and how you're speaking, because I'm sensing something. I feel it in my spirit.
I do too.
And I'm seeing something. We're seeing something. You know what I'm saying? I love you.
I love you too.
And so when you find it, I'm not going to get off your neck about it.
Hell no. You know how we are.
I know. And I need that. And I appreciate that.
So mourn, go through the phases of grief. It doesn't make sense. It hurts. But you're going to find it. And even if it's just you come a father and you just have 2 damn girls, you're going to be the best father ever. Whatever it is. I'm not going to get off your neck about it.
Okay.
Okay?
Can you just go to the movies without it being
Without
I'm going every Tuesday.
But I see something. Something is happening within you. This has stirred something within you. And it's funny how things inspire us. It's funny how things transpire within our being and our spirit. And you never know what's going to happen in your life.
Right.
And it's tragic. Somebody has to die to motivate us.
Right.
It happens that way. And you be like, yo, even if it's just like right now, I'm inspired to like, yo, I got to call a few people and tell people I love them. I ain't spoke to you.
I had that phase already.
I got to call a few people. I've been putting it off, but I got to call a few people. I got to call a few people, just be like, yo, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we ain't spoken a while. We may have this or that, whatever. I ain't tripping off it no more. We good. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, for
like,
real.
this is what it makes you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't tripping. Or even in a few things in my life, I can tighten up in a few areas. I can tighten up.
So let's do that then.
Then do it.
Let's do it.
Anything else, KB?
I still like grudges.
What did you say, baby?
Kobe got a statement about grudges. He got one.
He got a statement about everything. I said I still like grudges.
You like grudges? I just be mad at people. I just stopped fucking with people.
He said it's not worth it. Life is too short.
Yo, I didn't think we would still be here at 9 o'clock, but we are.
It's 9.
It's 9 o'clock. That's why I'm rapping.
All right, let's go. Song of the day.
I didn't think we would be here.
Kobe is in hip hop. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was after 9.
That's why I was rapping.
Rhapsody has a song on her Black Mamba EP 2012. It's called Shining Moment. For those who are wondering why I didn't do Lil Wayne's Kobe Bryant 2009 song, it's because Spotify didn't have it. Otherwise, that would be it. Lil Wayne also dropped an album yesterday titled Funeral, where track number 8, can't think of the name of it, featuring J Rock. It's track number 8, and there is a 24-second silence at the end of the song to commemorate Kobe. And also that album is 24 tracks long, in dedication to Kobe, because everybody knows Lil Wayne was a diehard Laker fan and he loved him some Kobe. So song of the day is Rhapsody's Shining Moment off her Black Mamba EP.
Wait,
That will be dropped on Monday.
wait, can we get 24 seconds of silence? Absolutely. All right. So, all right, you guys, this is the Degrees and Chuck T Show, episode 5. Celebrating the life of Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Thank you to our little brother, John. KB, I love you.
I love y'all.
God, this is so hard. And right now, we're going to have 24 seconds of silence.
So fucking unreal, man.
Oh my God, dedicated to Kobe Bryant. So our producer is gonna count us down, and right now we're gonna have 24 seconds of silence.
Amen.
So y'all make sure y'all find us on every platform, Degrees and Chuck T's, Thinking Out Loud Network. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. We love you.
Yeah.
Thank you for rocking with Degrees and Chuck T's. KB, anything?
I'm gonna stop holding grudges. I love y'all.
Stop holding grudges.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
See, now, so I'm gonna stand on his neck. He's
You gonna
stand on your
stay
neck.
on my neck.
I'm gonna call a few people. I
And you
love
stay over her
everybody.
neck.
I
Peace,
got
love, and
everybody.
blessings. Thank y'all, Degrees and Chuck.
Love y'all. Thank you.
Degrees and Chuck T's, bitch.